athletics, Coach Chadwell was talking about you being in Romeo and Juliet some. You've done drama a lot before.
Started doing theater when I was at Tulsa around my sophomore year. I took a history musical theater class with the lady, Michelle Miller Dill, who was over the theater department there. The room had a piano in it. I was playing in there and singing one day. She heard me, asked me if I wanted to do voice lessons, and I guess I got discovered. I don't know. But then I started doing theater there, really started to enjoy it. And then I knew whenever I transferred, I wanted to keep doing it. So it was just a matter of time before I got involved.
How many shows have you been in? Yes, come in.
5 or 6 maybe.
Okay. What's been your favorite?
I was in a play called Of Good Stock my senior fall when I was at Tulsa, and that was really, really fun because it was student produced. So students, obviously performers, costume designers, lighting designers, stage manager, director, everything was just done by students, and that was a really cool opportunity to get to work with all those people and grow greater relationships that I had with those people.
What'd you play in Romeo and Juliet?
I was the apothecary and a royal guard.
Okay. Coach Chadwell's also talked about you being really one of the leaders of the team. Is that something you kind of wanted to do as you kind of go through this transition the last few months with the coach and Chad?
Absolutely. Being an older guy and having gone through coaching changes, and this is my not my second staff change actually since I've been here. It's kind of something that comes with the experience, and I want to be able to lend my experience to those around me. It's kind of the situation where, a lot of us as offensive linemen, we're some of the oldest guys on the team now. I'm 23, I'll be 24 in a few months. A couple other guys, we're a bunch of 6-year seniors in the room, so we kind of have to be the leaders in some way, shape, or form for the other guys that are around. We got a lot of new faces here. We got a lot of young guys here, a few early enrollees who just haven't gone through stuff like this yet. So it's up to us to kind of be the example for those guys because they need to know what college football is supposed to look like.
So you played piano. What other instruments, if any, do you play, and when did you pick that up?
I played trombone for 7 years. I played for 1 year in intermediate school, and then through middle school and high school I was in band. Really, really fun. Along with that, I learned to play a few other brass instruments like euphonium and tuba a little. I didn't start playing piano until I got to high school. It was just something I just started messing around with, and then I figured out that I could actually play it a little bit. So,
music a passion of yours, or
very
is it
much
more
so. Yeah.
more acting, or do they just kind of go together?
Acting and music go together for sure, but I am a big music head. A lot of guys will tell you that my music taste is very vast and varied, and it's something I can appreciate, and it's something that came from being involved in different stuff, like band, and just being in the situation, the place that I was in. My music knowledge and love for music grew a lot as I grew up, so it's something that I've always felt like was really important to me.
Country, rock, R&B?
All over the place, baby. Got some classical in there, got some EDM. Whatever you want, I probably got it.
Have you been in musicals?
Yes. I was in a musical called Listen to My Heart, songs of David Friedman, during COVID, just very difficult, but we still put the show on, and it was pretty good. And then right before I came here, I was in a musical called Cabaret, and I played the MC, and that was really, really fun.
Going back to football, I guess, just with the spring being an older player, typically, do you have kind of a routine at this point of things that you're trying to do to get yourself ready?
A lot of it right now is just getting honed into the new offense. For me, I kind of have learned that there are a few technique things that I need to work on, and I'll definitely be working on those things. But a lot of it is just getting the ins and outs of this new offense down as quickly as possible so that, just like you talked about, I can continue to be the leader that I'm supposed to be. So once it's really more of figuring out the nuances of the offense, because you can learn X's and O's and assignments and things like that, but it's more of okay, this step doesn't work, how do I fix that and do something else, or I need to use this type of hand placement on this play or something like that. It's more about nuances right now, and I can kind of do that being an older guy because assignments I can take care of pretty quickly. So instead of figuring out what I have to do, it's not figuring out what's the best way to do it.
There's some familiar faces on the line, you, Brendan, John, maybe a couple others. But have there been any like guys that maybe were lower on the depth chart last year, or new guys that have kind of emerged that you've seen so far?
Yeah, Jordan White came from West Virginia. He's stepping into the center role and doing really well for us. He's a little bit of an older guy too. I think he's a couple years younger than I am, but he's played a little bit and he has that in-game experience. So he's able to communicate. He sees things really well. We can talk and bounce ideas off each other, things like that. A kid who I didn't really know much about till he got here, and I've seen him work really hard, is Aaron Fenimore. He's going to be a really, really good player. He's strong. He can lift a house already. And now it's just about getting the mental side for him and just getting that playing experience. But once he gets that down, he's going to be a really good player.
How much different does this offense look than what you were in before?
Very different. I don't think I've ever been a part of a triple option-based offense before, but I like it. It allows me – I've been playing a lot more in space because there are different things that I have to do as it pertains to the offense. So one play I might be on the inside linebacker. One play I'm out pulling for a non-tech. One play I'm pulling for a corner. I might be going out for a 30-yard deep bomb. You never know. But it's a lot of things where I get to do a lot of different stuff and get to be involved differently in the offense. And I've liked it. It's something different for sure, but I can definitely see that. I mean, with any offense, when you execute, you can win games. But with this offense, if you do it right, you can put people in really, disadvantageous positions.
And probably as an older guy, too, it's something that's almost like, oh, this is new, this is different, it takes away some of the mundane, everyday practice stuff, right?
Absolutely. And you got to push through any of that whenever you're playing football for this long. But, I mean, especially dealing with this new offense, learning any new offense, really, it helps to have something new, to have something that I don't know exactly what I have to do every single day. Like, I really have to go out and focus and make sure that I'm locked into everything that I'm doing. And it helps to keep you where you are instead of, you could be drifting off if you're an offense that you've known for 5 years. But when you're in a place where you have to learn something new, it really keeps you where you are.